had 4 children by the time I was 23 years old. So, I've been a father for a really, really long time. And, the trials and tribulations that come with that. I had 2 different women pregnant, and you know what I'm saying? I put myself through a lot of heartache when it comes to how I started my family. But what happened was, once I had my children, after time went by, I began to read books. I began to just get a better understanding of who I was as a man. I began to read, Malcolm X's biography and just a lot of more conscious type of material. And after a while, I'm watching TV and I see all these things going on with Trayvon Martin, and black men are getting killed and getting killed and getting killed. And, I was watching different podcasts and I was reading different books. And I was like, you know what, man, it's time for me to get involved. But then it was like, okay, how can I fit into this space where I can basically help black folks, where I can encourage black folks, where I can empower black people? What can I do that kind of fits what I have experience in? You feel me? So I was like, well, man, I've been a father longer than I've been anything else. I mean, my oldest children are 21 years old now. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to start a website where I interview fathers, because with all the killing of us and just the injustices that have been happening to us, it's almost like we're unhuman. It's almost like we're not people. We're not men like white men or like other races of people. You feel me? So I said, all the fathers I know are good dudes. All the fathers I know, strive to be the best man they can for their children. So let me interview some fathers that I know, some fathers that I reach out to. And at this point, it was all written. So it wasn't on YouTube or nothing like that. I just decided to, start interviewing fathers. And when I got going, man, I just really took a liking to it. And I started the website, and I thought, okay, well, while they're on the website, I want to make it like a restaurant almost. So you come for the interviews, but then while you're there, you can check out the book of the month. You can check out some information about history. You can check out some information about these black men who speak truth to power that you may not be aware of. I talk about them or put them on there a little bit. You see what I'm saying? So from there, it just became more like a hub for the black family. And initially, I struggled with what I wanted to call the site, but I came up with Melanated, and I'm, basically play on the word melanin, is because I was thinking, all right, look, if I'm going to be as honest as possible with my people, that's the whole goal, is to speak truth to power and seek knowledge, and wherever that brings us, that's where we land. So I wanted to be truthful and transparent, and knowing a little bit about history that I know, I said, okay, well, if I'm going to be honest with my people, I don't want to use any social constructs. If I call my site black, I mean, let's keep it real. We're not black. Our skin ain't black. Black is a color. You see what I'm saying? In the 1800s, I think it was Dr. Blumenbach, or a doctor around that time, scientist type doctor, he created the black, the white, the green, the yellow, you know what I'm saying? He created these constructs. And then I said, okay, how about I use African American? Well, African American wasn't really popularized until the 80s, when Jesse Jackson and some other politicians thought it was beneficial to call us that, because they didn't want to be called Negro or colored. They wanted a more dignified term. But I don't feel like an African American either. So I said, you know what? If I'm going to speak truth to power to my people, I want to do it from the most honest place possible. And melanin, to me, is the most quintessential way to describe us. And not only describe us, but if you read up on melanin, all of the different, everything that it embodies, everything that it gives us, it's almost like our superpower to a degree. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, you know what? I have the name in place. So since then, bro, I've just been figuring out different ways to build my brand. So I have melanatedfathers.com, where you can go to the website and check out all the information there. I just started the YouTube page because, YouTube is so prevalent in our society. I was just figuring out a way to kind of weave myself into that world. So I've been getting better at that lately. We have the organizational part of it where we do events here in Sacramento. I do a Father's Day softball game every Father's Day. Mm-hmm. We are doing something for Thanksgiving. I have some other stuff in the works too. So one part of it is the website and the society type culture information that I talk to Black folks about. And then the other side of the organization is when we actually go out into the community and do work.
Oh no, this is awesome, bro. Great stuff. I want to ask you. I mean, you said that was a great opening. A lot of great details went into it. You mentioned your website. Would you give them the exact? Was it Melanated Fathers 100? Or tell them what it is.
Nope. The website is melanatedfathers.com.
Oh, okay. Simple as that. Okay.
Yep.
So melanatedfathers.com, family. You can go there, and I'm sure that'll shoot them to all of your various social media pages as well. So if you just go to that website, and I'm sure you got like probably a log in there, or just put your email address in. Are you collecting email?
Put your email address in at the top of the page. There's a link to my Facebook, a link to the YouTube page, and to the Instagram account.
Now this is awesome. So man, you just when you're opening, bro, you kind of put it all out there as to what motivated you to start this program, and that is being a young dad and how you you had yourself out here. And it's obvious to me that you've really developed yourself over time, man, because you don't look stressed, bro, at all. You don't look like you hurting, man.
It's been stressful though. Yeah, okay. It's been stressful though.
Okay. Nah, but it looks like you're really dealing. You've learned to handle your stress, and you've gotten like really, really active with this, which said what kind of position you decided to play with respect to what the path you chose, because you're a really young father. This is not the first time. You're not unique at all. But
exactly.
I don't know a lot of young dads that say, you know what, I'm going to look out for this new generation, this future generation, by starting the program. So clearly that motivated you to start your program. Now, do you have a team? Like, are you doing this alone? Do you have people? Is it a company? Explain it. Do you have a place where people come? Is it brick and mortar? Is it all social media? What is it that you guys are doing? Do people come to you every day? How do people link up with you? And what is the actual daily activity for your program?
Got it. Got it. So the main function of what I do is the website. From the website is where I post. I have a podcast as well where I interview just, interesting people in the community, about things that we do. That's on the website. The information about history is on the website. Like I mentioned, I used to interview fathers, but I kind of transitioned that into the podcast. So it's more, so I cover more of a broader scope. So, the history's on there. I do another show called Melanated Mondays where I talk about the community, on Monday morning. So the website acts as the hub for everything else that I do, and the organizational side of it, where we do the events, I'm beginning to build that up. So it's currently just me right now. My wife helps me out, and I have different people help out from time to time, but right now it's just me. I'm maybe 2.5, 3 years into this thing, so in actuality, I'm still in like the infant stages of what I'm doing. But yeah, it mainly acts as the website. Everything is a springboard from there. And we're getting into doing more of the community events. And I do have an office, but the office